Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. The game is officially released, and I am very excited to get this party started. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. For those who are returning, I hope you enjoyed my Colorado Rockies rebuild last year. But now we are on to a new team, one that is very desperately in need of a rebuild. Plan for this series, we are just going to keep going until we find a good stopping point. Similarly, with my Colorado Rockies rebuild, we made the World Series a few times, we won it twice, got about 10 seasons in, decided that was a good stopping point. Similar for the Twins rebuild. And let me tell you, this might be a long one. So, without further ado, let us dive in. First things first, it starts with the man up top, the owner, Tom Pollard, who is probably on the short list of most disliked owners in baseball. John Fisher, the A's owner, likely up there as well. And in this game, at least, good old Tom doesn't have that bad of ratings. He's lenient in terms of patience. He his normal involvement. His main goal is just for us to be, okay on the baseball field. We're not trying to be world beaters in year one, which is very good. Because let me tell you, we're not great. So the goals for this year, there's only one that needs to be accomplished this year, and that is for our record to not suck completely, which we'll see. I'll go through the team more in depth, obviously, here in a few. I think we'll definitely be bottom 10 in the league. Bottom five, we'll see. So I think we should be okay there. Then in 3 seasons, he wants us to acquire a Cy Young Award winner because, those grow on trees. Improve fan interest, which is a very high priority. Easiest way to do that is to win games. And then in 5 years, make the playoffs. I think that's all reasonable. When I took over the Rockies, obviously, they had sucked for a while. Their payroll was bad outside of like 2 players, and they just needed essentially a whole team overhaul. We're in a slightly different position with the Twins. In terms of money, we are 22nd in budget with 160 million. We are 24th in player payroll with 88 million. I think this says more about the league when a sub $100 million payroll is only 24th. Like, I feel like in a just world, we should be close to last. The fact that about a quarter of our payroll is going to a player who is out for the whole season is irrelevant. However, it is pretty regrettable. We have a lot of money available. We have 21.8 million, 47 million for extensions. I don't think we'll be doing anything too crazy extension wise this season. And then the team focus is set to win now. One thing I want to do quickly while I'm thinking about it is bump up the old scouting budget. So that's going to drop the figures a little bit. All right, let's look at our team. So, good news, bad news. Good news is we have a couple stars that will either help us immensely in the short term or guys that we can build off of in the long term. Obviously, Byron Buxton, one of the best center fielders in baseball, with the caveat when he's healthy. He played in 126 games last year. Pretty good health wise, but obviously the handful of years before that weren't great. I'm going to play him. Like he's going to be our everyday center fielder. No real reason not to. And then if he gets hurt, so be it. Um, I'm not going to DH him to help him avoid an injury. That doesn't make any sense. So he's going to be in center field. His contract, he's currently making just over 15 million for 3 more years. I doubt he retires before then. So he's our starting center fielder for 3 years. I'm not that in the interest of trading him. For one, he's extremely popular locally, and that would nuke my fan interest. So I want to avoid that. Um, he is our man. He's our center fielder. Joe Ryan is our best pitcher, which says more about our pitching staff, I think, than it does Mr. Ryan. Um, very, very good control. He has 3 good pitches. The problem, obviously, is his movement isn't great, and his velocity is in the 94, 96 range. But that said, he is our ace. He has 2 years left on his contract, the latter of which is a team option that I assume will pick up and keep him in our club. Very happy with him. And then Matt Wallner is our third best player, allegedly. He is just your classic power outfielder. He's going to get you 20 home runs, 100 strikeouts, and you're just going to like it. Not the best defensively, but that 70 arm is beautiful. So really happy with him. Top prospects, Walker Jenkins is the darling of the farm system. He's currently in AAA, mainly because I want to see how he does playing multiple positions in the outfield in AAA. And I don't have that. I don't really have an open spot for him right now. But if he hits his potential, he's going to be one of the better outfielders in the AL Central. Very, very good bat. I think the power is probably not that real. He's never hit double-digit home runs at any level in the minors. Granted, they've bounced him around a bunch, which could be why. So I imagine the power's a touch worse, but everything else looking very good. Second top prospect is Charlie Soto, who is a 20-year-old, probably destined for long relief, if I had to guess. But he's got really good stuff. Control looks a bit shaky. It's part of the reason why I like him more for a long reliever role. But if the stuff plays, we could be in business. Connor Prelip. So in real life, there is legitimate discussion over whether Connor Prelip will be the Twins closer this year. There's a couple other guys competing for that job, obviously, after Duran is gone. I'll talk about what I'm going to do. I am playing Prelip as a long reliever. Now, he has 50 stamina. His expectation is starting rotation. So I hope it's not a problem. But he's got really good stuff. And the control, the movement are there. He barely had any time in AAA. I don't really care about that. Like his stuff right now in AAA, just to look, would crush everyone and their brother. So he's going to be a long reliever for us. Not the most glamorous role, especially for a top prospect, but we kind of need him to be that. A couple other prospects I want to touch on. Eduardo Tait, who is a Panamanian catcher, 19 years old, going to be in AA this year. Defensively, rock solid with a 70 arm. That power, hey, if it hits a 60, he'll be our everyday catcher for the rest of time. But need to see it in AA because he didn't have much success power-wise in high A. And the last two I want to touch on are Marique Houston, who is a shortstop prospect, 21 years old in AA. Very, very good defensively. Can definitely play short, which is good because we don't have a lot of those in our organization. Bat looks to be pretty good. He's not going to have much power or extra base hit ability, but I don't really care about that in my shortstops. So we need the contact play out. Here's hoping. And then the final prospect I want to touch on is Kendry Rojas, who was acquired in the horrendous Lewis Varland trade that the Twins did at the deadline last year. And my official statement is I don't like him that much. I think he has one really good pitch and a fastball. The slider can be really good also. His stamina is only a 45. Part of that is because if you want to do some simple math in 2025, he averaged about 4 innings per start, which isn't great. He might be destined for a more long relief role, but I'm less confident in him than I am, say, in Prelip, for example. So I have a running prospect short list that we'll get to when we get to there. Now, let's look at the overall team. So, position rankings in the MLB, not good, I would say. Obviously, Byron Buxton, number 2 center fielder. Matt Wallner, number 7 right field. That's our only top 10. And then Royce Lewis, 16th rated third baseman. And then Luke Keeschel is at first base. Allow me to explain my reasoning. Because in real life, obviously, Luke played second base mainly last year. Here's my problem. And if you watched my Colorado Rockies rebuild, where Hao-Yu Lee was our starting second baseman for almost the entirety of the series, you'll know why. His ratings are not that good for a second baseman. Range of 50 is on the lower end. His arm isn't great. For a second baseman, that doesn't matter as much, but it's not nothing. Defensively, he'd be much better suited for the outfield. His arm is only a 50, but that's where I'm at there. I am going to play him at first base. Part of that is I wonderfully transition to my lineup. I don't have anyone else that can play first base. Josh Bell, by default in this game, is a first baseman. Look at those numbers. Those are 30s and 35, folks. I am staring down the barrel of a only designated hitter. Cody Clemens could do the job at first. However, that's wasting his 65 arm. And I'm not really that itching to get Cody Clemens in the lineup day in and day out at first base. So Luke Keeschel is going to be our starting first baseman. If it works, sweet. If it doesn't work, we can move some guys around. Second base. Actually, I'll go through it like this. So Buxton talked about Keeschel. Matt Wallner in right, obviously locked in, put it in pen. Trevor Larnach. So there were some questions when the Twins decided to bring Trevor Larnach back after last season. I am treating this as a 1-year contract where if he does well, I am going to trade him. He is above average in everything except defensively. He's not very good. He had 122 strikeouts last year. Also had 53 walks, which isn't nothing. But his home run's kind of cratered. And I have a lot of outfielders in AAA that could supplant Trevor Larnach pretty quickly. So he's only going to be on our team for a year. My hope is he does really well. I can trade him for some prospects, some relievers, move on with our life. Batting fifth, the aforementioned Josh Bell. Similarly to Larnach, I need Josh Bell to hit the baseball well so that I can trade him. The fact that he's making almost $6 million hurts. I really thought the Nationals would keep him, but they have a new administration, new analytics team that probably looked at the fact that he can't run, can't really field, and struggled to get on base last 2 out of 3 years. And we're like, we'll pass. I like Josh Bell a lot. However, let's be frank, he is gone after this year without question. They signed him to a 2-year contract. Either he does well and we trade him, or he struggles, his playing time diminishes, and I void the second contract here. Either way, he's only here for to this year. Royce Lewis at third. I like Royce Lewis. I am a member of the Royce Lewis fan club. Back when he made his MLB debut, I am on record saying that he would be the next great third baseman for the Twins. That has not happened. He has gotten injured pretty much every season with a major injury. He played in 100 games last year, didn't do particularly great. Strikeouts were up, walks were down, home runs were down, et cetera, et cetera. However, I mean, I'm going to play him. Like, he is a team captain. He's really good defensively. Decent bat. We'll see. I mean, he's only 26. He has been in the majors since he was 21 years old. Like, he's only 26. We'll see what he can do. The fact that his face gen picture looks like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi is irrelevant, but I feel like it matters. He's going to be at third base. Second base, Gio Urshela. Okay, this is where I'm getting a little silly because you could make the argument that I should put Gio Urshela at first and Luke Keeschel at second. However, I don't really want to do that. For one, Urshela has an arm of 65. I debated putting him at third base, but then I'd have nowhere to put Royce Lewis. And let's be honest, Royce Lewis is going to be here longer than Gio Urshela. So Gio Urshela, he's on a minor league contract. He's going to be our starting second baseman because I'm going to give him reps for like the first 2 months. And if he does well, I'm going to keep playing him and then trade him at the deadline. And if he struggles, I'm just going to cut him. But much more worth it to play him for the first couple months to get something out of it than have him be a backup for a whole year and he ends up with like 120 ABs. That's useless to me. So he's going to be our starter for the first couple months. Ryan Jeffers at catcher, obviously. Annoyingly, Jeffers is a free agent after this year. So we are going to have to decide if Jeffers is our future quote unquote at catcher, because he's going to turn 29 at the end of this season, or whether he's a guy that we should move at the deadline. I am inclined to keep him because, again, if you watched my Colorado Rockies rebuild, there was a defining moment when we moved off of Hunter Goodman and entered catcher purgatory, and we never got out of catcher purgatory. I had 4 different starting catchers the next 4 years. I'm inclined to try to keep Jeffers to get a little under the hood. If I were to offer him a contract extension, he wants 4 years, $74 million, which isn't nothing, but could be a good get for us if we decide to keep him around. And then finally, shortstop Brooks Lee. I am giving Brooks Lee one more chance. He was the starting shortstop, obviously, for the Twins last year. Didn't do particularly well. Couldn't get on base. Did hit 16 home runs, but he also had only 15 doubles, which is impressive. So I'm going to give him one more shot. He's also on a minor league contract. We'll see how he plays. If he does well, cool. If he doesn't, it's not going to take much to move off of him. Backups. Vic Caratini, who was probably the big, quote-unquote, free agent signing that the Twins did, at least in terms of hitters. I like Caratini. I don't love him. He can't play first base. Let's just get that out of the way. He doesn't strike out a ton, which is good. Little bit of power. Similar level defensively as Ryan Jeffers. So if, knock on wood, Jeffers ever gets injured, we're not losing anything there. The wrinkle in this, though, is that Caratini is on a 3-year, $22 million contract, and he's my backup catcher. So he's not going to get that many at bats unless, say, something happens to Ryan Jeffers or we end up moving Josh Bell and then Caratini becomes our DH. Like that is a possibility. We'll see. Backup infielders, this is pretty simple. Austin Martin, he's going to be our backup second and shortstop, mainly second base. Him and Urshela are going to spell for a bit. I've had Austin Martin on a couple of my teams before. Pretty okay. Never really hit his potential. We'll see what we can get out of him this year. Cody Clemens, who, as a Tigers fan, thought he was terrible. And I still kind of hold true to that because he struggled with the Tigers, struggled with the Phillies. He arrives in Minnesota and whacks nearly 20 homers. However, he's had a sub 300 on base percentage every year. He's been a major league hitter. He nearly dipped below 200 average with the Twins last year. I don't have much interest in him starting. Could be a DH guy for us on occasion. And then James Outman as our fourth outfielder. Great defensively, little bit of power to his bat. Leader also, which isn't nothing. Didn't do great offensively last year. We'll see how he does this year. I think lineup is pretty simple. I think how this kind of gets blown up is if like Royce Lewis gets injured or if Gio Urshela really struggles, then the infield can get very thin very quickly. Pitching. All right. So there's no easy way to say this. Our rotation might have the worst stuff in baseball. Joe Ryan has a 55. He is our top. I like his stuff. Love his control. No issue there. Bailey Ober has worse stuff, but the same control. Pretty simple. Had a down Larry last year, but pretty good before that. Our hope is that, he can rediscover his form and be a good pitcher for us. Hopefully an entire season. My main concern is that he is our number 2 starter. Simeon Woods Richardson, who, if I had to pick a starter that gets moved or sent to AAA first, it would be him. He doesn't have much growth to do potential-wise. He's average in pretty much everything. He's not going to blow anyone away. Hopefully won't do that bad either. Could be a good trade candidate at the deadline. Taj Bradley. So I assume he's going to make the opening day roster with the Twins. I don't see why he wouldn't. Very good pitcher in like 2 years. I think this year is going to be the worst he ever will be because he has a lot of growth to do potential-wise, especially with his stuff. But I think if he can hit his potential, very, very good number 2, number 3 starter. Right now, he's not that, but could become a really good starter for us one day. And then finally, Zebby Matthews, who I also had in my Colorado Rockies rebuild. Similarly, couple good pitches, really good control. I like Zebby a lot. 25 years old. Very happy with him. I think with our starting rotation, we're not very good now. However, if guys like Taj Bradley and Zebby Matthews hit their potential, I think we could have a really solid rotation next year. Now, there is no easy way to say this either. We have probably the second worst bullpen in baseball. The worst is obvious. Let me just go to the little Colorado Rockies right here. This is their bullpen. they have the worst bullpen in baseball. Like, good Lord, this should be malpractice that you're going into opening day with this as it's disgusting. Compared to that, we're not terrible, but we're not good either. Let's talk closer. Taylor Rogers is my closer for two reasons. One, he was the Twins closer back in 2019, a little bit of 2020, when they had their playoff hopes and aspirations. He's our closer. He's here on a 1 year, $2 million deal. There is zero chance I extend him. So he's the closer. If he does well, he'll be really valued at the trade deadline. I can ship him off, get some good prospects. Well done. The other reason he's my closer is, to be blunt, I have no one better, especially in terms of stuff. Andrew Chafin's the only other one with a 60. Cole Sands was my other thought for closer, but I don't love his profile for a closer. He has one good pitch, and that kind of terrifies me. So Taylor Rogers is our closer. Cole Sands and then Justin Chapa are going to be our setup men. I like Justin a lot. He's got my preferred relief profile of really good movement, good control. However, the man did have a 3.42 BABIP last year. It's fine. Middle relief, Andrew Chafin, Detroit Tigers legend. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Famously complained that he just wanted to pitch for teams in the Midwest because he had a family farm there, and then immediately signed with the Los Angeles Angels and the Washington Nationals. Make that make sense. But similarly, he's your classic, great stuff, bad control. I hope he pitches well enough for the first few months that I can trade him, but man, I am terrified that he is going to get blown up left, right, and center. Zach Kent is bad. However, his stuff pitch-wise is better than his actual rating. He has not pitched that much in the past. If he does well, cool. If he doesn't, it's going to be the easiest wave in DFA we've ever done in our lives. Odie Funderburk is really good at one simple, solitary thing. He doesn't allow that many guys to score. He will allow them to get hits, 1.4 whip. He'll walk a lot of guys, but they don't score from that much. Movement's good, couple good pitches. He has my personal least favorite personality, what personality thing, which will never not bug me. But I like him. See how he plays. And then, as I said at the start, Connor Prelip is going to be our long reliever. He is not going to be in the rotation. That leaves off two players that are kind of on the outside looking in right now. First is Anthony Banda, who is a below average reliever that the Twins traded for essentially for cash and international pool money from the Dodgers. He did well at the Dodgers. Every pitcher does well with the Dodgers. So I doubt he makes the opening day roster, but he is here. And then Julian Merriweather, who essentially it is between him and Zach Kent for that final bullpen spot. I think Kent is much better against righties. However, Merriweather has better stuff total. So that's the fight between those two. We'll see. At the moment, obviously, we're at 27 out of 26 players. I don't think I need to add anyone to our lineup. We look pretty okay, I would say. Annoyingly, here in the lineup, it has both Brooksley and Austin Martin as starters. So let me just change that. We got backups pretty much everywhere, and all of these guys should get an okay amount of playing time. So what I might do is just go with a very big 8-man classic bullpen. And I think Merriweather might get the last spot. Might be Anthony Banda. Might also be a couple free agents because our team is so bad. I have looked at free agents, as you do. Ryan Burr is the only one that wants actual money. Good stuff, average movement and control. Pitched with the Blue Jays for a bit, and then missed essentially all of last year with injury. I like him a lot more than some of our fringe guys right now. But I'm waiting on a scouting report to learn more. That said, it's only 1.6 million. Is that actually what he wants? Minor league, major league option. Perfect. So, got an offer in for him. I have made a plethora of minor league offers to various players. I think the highlights, Angel Felipe, great stuff. Horrendous control. 2.54 whip in AAA last year. That is impressive. Walked 12 guys per 9, struck out 13, 429 BABIP. Come on. He also throws 101. Got to get him in the building. And then the other one is Livon Soto, who has bounced around a bit with the Orioles system mostly. Could become a backup utility infielder, depending on what kind of happens in the major league ranks. Very good defense, average bat. We'll see. But that is our team. Overall, I think our lineup is going to need to score like 6, 7, 8 runs to maybe win us some games to protect from bullpen implosions. Hopefully they can do that. I have also made a couple staff adjustments. I'm hiring a new pitching coach, first base coach, and trainer because you didn't want to see the real Grady Sizemore was running around in there. It was a whole thing. Like I said before, this is our salary screen. Pablo Lopez obviously out the whole year with Tommy John. He's getting paid almost $22 million to rehab. Good gig if you could get it. Obviously, if we had him, he would be our ace, and I would have a wonderful, wonderful 1-2 punch with him and Joe Ryan. But unfortunately, here we are. It's just a straight, 2 years left on his deal, no options or anything. So we'll see how he looks post Tommy John. But importantly, he's out for 15 months. They didn't give him just the base 12. So he's going to miss the first couple months of next season also. That is something to keep in mind. And then the only other injury is reliever David Festa. He is out for about a month. And when he comes back, he is going to go straight into the bullpen. His stuff's good, control's good. Not a great personality, which isn't nothing, but he's better than one I got right now. And then speaking of personality, in terms of chemistry, Royce Lewis and Gio Urshela are the captains. Ryan Jeffers, Jason Outman are the leaders. Not bad. Not the end of the world. Something I did want to point out before we get going in terms of one of the new things in this game. And let me flip it back to default for you. So one of the complaints that people had in the beta and still had at launch is the slowness of how things load. For example, if I click on Royce Lewis, it takes a second to load, and then all of the bars fill up. It takes a little bit, like a half a second, longer than it used to. If you want to disable that effect and make the game run quicker, if you go to game settings, miscellaneous, animate rating bars, set that to no, hit OK, and now it loads a lot quicker. In general, that complaint's been going around. There is a fix in the game. No reason to panic. All right, so now we are just going to sim through some days. Hopefully, we'll hear back from some of our minor league signings or our staff. All of the WBC jobs are available. Looks like the staff guys want to come to me. Very good. All right, we have a new pitching coach, Bryce Bentz. Outstanding reputation, legendary. Teach pitching, very good. Average relationships, which is a little annoying, but I'll take the trade off. So if we can get the other guys in the door. Soto likes my offer. Jose Davila likes it. Of course you like it. I'm the only one offering you. All right. Felipe wants more money. I mean, here's a question, right? If I'm thinking between him and Andrew Chafin, like if that's sort of the 1-to-1, Felipe, better movement, same bad control. Potential, I say, would be better. He's better against righties, worse against lefties. Might be worth. Yeah, he wants a minor league contract with a signing bonus. I'll give it to him. I think it's worth it to have that insurance in AAA. All right, Jose Davila has signed. Very good. Soto is signed. He's obviously going to stay in AAA. Garcia wants a major league contract? You're joking. The highest level you played before was high A, and you weren't good. You had a 547 OPS. Never mind. Get out of here. I like when a staff member tells you, no one else is interested in me. Thanks. I'm like, oh, that makes me feel better. All right, we have a trainer, Rick Jameson, the exact same trainer I had with the Rockies. For me, I put a lot bigger emphasis on prevention over rehab. So, legendary prevention of arm injuries, outstanding leg injuries, excellent back prevention. Very, very happy with that. All right, Garcia signed with the independent Lancaster Barnstormers. Fair enough. Good luck, buddy. Have fun. Our scouting director is chilling in Panama right now. Aiden Curry wants money. I don't want to give you money. Like, again, you struggled in high A, dude. All right, DFA time. Orlando Arcia, who, yes, he is also on the Twins. I put him on waivers to see if anyone would claim him. Nobody did. I'm just going to go ahead and release him. He doesn't have a role. Like, he can be a backup shortstop. Cool. I have Austin Martin for that. I have a couple guys in AAA for that. So Orlando Arcia back to the free agent level. All right. Felipe signed his contract. Good. I think he'll probably be our first reliever up if there's some struggles. Is that all my personnel? Did I never offer a first base coach? Whoops. You take care of that. 76 years old. Ah, yes. Should I just get Terry Collins in the building? No, he doesn't want to do it. All right. Sean Larkin, pretty good. Good in-game running. Can't teach anything that well, but I don't quite care about that. Yeah, I'll submit an offer. See if he wants to come in. All right, so I don't have anyone really to teach catching, which is a slight problem. Hmm. Right. Wolf went elsewhere. Yeah. Wolf said no and he went elsewhere. Okay. That's why. I was looking at a different guy and I'm like, I thought I offered somebody. Whoa. Which Chicago? White Sox? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I like Alexander Albertus a lot. Does he want signing bonus or does he want? I mean, he might be worth 640,000. Like if he hits his potential, he's like a above average second baseman. Defensively, he is beautiful. I think that's worth it. Let's give him the signing bonus he wants and see how he plays. I know I just offered Larkin, but part of me wants to withdraw it. No, his teach catching is good. That should be fine. We don't have the best teachers in our organization, it must be said. So then, yeah, Larkin. So I have two goods, and I don't have anyone. I guess Larkin can do both. Yeah, Larkin can do both. He's not overworked. Sweet. All right, so we have good catching infield and running. I'll take that. All right, that should pretty much be everything, unless one of my minor league offers is like, "Hey, I want to get paid $2 million." Doesn't look like it. All right, so I asked for scouting reports on a lot of my guys that we didn't have high level knowledge of. So just getting those in, always important. Yeah, I think Connor Prelip is going to be really, really good. So I'm excited about that. Albertus likes our offer. I mean, yeah, Gio Urshela isn't bad. I was wondering why he had the percentile ranks, and I see he played for Colombia. He was their starter. Does it tell me where they played him? Third base. Fair. That is kind of funny. Garcia already signed somewhere else, so that's irrelevant to me. Yeah, Anthony Banda just isn't good. I think that is just kind of my problem. Ryan Burr and then Taj Bradley. Yeah, I think Bradley can become a good pitcher. I think my fear is the first couple years he might just be horrible. I like Ryan Burr. He favors my offer. Still thinking about it. Can you think faster, Ryan? Larnick. Oh yeah, Josh Bell. Yeah, I mean the power is still there. That was my main concern. So we should be okay. Marlins signed Rowdy to Lees. I debated it. Like, how badly do I need a first baseman? Yeah, Burr's pending. Curry wants more money. I don't really want to give him more money. He does have the 50 potential, but I don't know. We'll see. Albertus, will you accept my offer? Oh, too late. Aiden Curry signed with Atlanta. Did he get the 80K signing bonus? Man, I would have given you that. Whatever. That's rough. All right, Zach Kent. How bad is he? I mean, his stuff is fine. Nothing else is. And that's usually a recipe for complete and total disaster. Yep. All right, Albertus signed, and we just got the good scouting report on him. Ooh. I mean, he's never going to hit for power. That's fine. But if he hits his potential, like, he'd be an average, probably defensive second baseman, wouldn't strike out a bunch, he'd walk. I mean, if he's like your worst infielder, I think I can live with that. I think that's interesting enough. I'll add him to my prospect shortlist. Where are we at in terms of minor league system rankings? We are 12th. That's not terrible. Interestingly, Connor Griffin is the third top prospect for Out of the Park Baseball. McGonigal is one, which is objectively correct. And number two, they have Nolan McLean. I hope McGonigal breaks. You know what? Hey, Tigers. Who do you want? Dang. If they would have said Buxton, oh, I would have been tempted. How to anger a fan base in your first decision. All right, looks like no other news to report. Listen, Ryan, our first game is in 3 days. You are running out of time to make your decision. All right. I think I need to decide what I want to do here then. I think Thunderberg is safe. I'll move him to long relief. I think Julian Merriweather might be the option. Anthony Bonda, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Does anyone want him? Preferably for prospects, but I'm not that picky. Nope. Saw that coming. All right. Well, that answers that. All right. I'm going to waive in DFA Anthony Bonda. If anyone wants him, cool. If not, he'll be in AAA then. Hey, Ryan Burr signed. Very good. All right. We're going to promote him to our major league roster. And now I have a bullpen crunch. So what's his stamina? 30. I really don't want to play Zach Kent. Like, it might be as simple as that. I think Kent will go to AAA. Burr and Merriweather can fill out that group. And that's our bullpen. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, I need fresh scouting reports on those two. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's better than it was before. But man, we really don't have like that really good bullpen arm to count on. But that's okay. Don't think we're going to do anything crazy post or pre-opening day. So let's get our predictions. I bet the AI thinks we're going to finish fourth in the AL Central and win 71 games. They do think we're finished fourth. They're going to say we win 78. They are higher on the White Sox than I thought they'd be. Oh, if the Tigers go 20 games above 500. I'm doing jumping jacks. Oh man, they project the Mariners to be sub 500 and the Astros. Can you imagine? Yeah, nothing too crazy. They think the Rockies are going to be the worst team in baseball, which is probably correct. All right. Okay. I mean, hey, I think if we win 78 games in year one, I am happy. Yep. Stay respectable. Don't suck. Australian pitcher. Oh my God. He might have the worst control in baseball, but you know what? Who can say? All right. I think in terms of top 100 prospects, I believe we had 5. We have 6. Jenkins, Soto, Prelip, Tate, Culpepper, Desan Hill. Not a bad mix. We have a lot of pitchers. That's the thing. Of our top 20 prospects, 12 are pitchers. And like 2 are infielders. It's fine. All right. Here we go. Nothing crazy. No injuries that happened before the season opener. Our roster is set. Our 40 man is set. Let me save before anything gets going. Why is a 27-year-old who's that good in Double A? Don't be ridiculous. Get this man to Triple A. Huh? Oh, I tried to move him down. There we are. There we are. All right. Without further ado, let's get this party started. We open. Why does it say I'm missing positions? Answer. Evidently, I am missing some. Buxton, go back. Urshela, go back. I don't know why that reset. It reset for the lefties too. It's fine. Listen, the game released yesterday. I can't make any comments. Bullpen okay? Bullpen okay. Doing a Twins rebuild as well. Go win some World Series. That's the goal. Might take a bit. All right, Orioles. What do you got? Good God. Just looking at the difference in quality. Their 6th hole is Adley Rushman and his 60 overall. I'm jealous. Interesting. All right, I'm going Joe Ryan. They're rolling out Kyle Bradish. This could get ugly. This could get ugly. Hold. What in the world is happening in Baltimore? Well, there's a mist and a haze over everything. That looks terrifying. Good Lord. I'm just mesmerized by the screen. One thing I did forget to do, sound options, crowd volume. Goodbye. All right. All right. Byron Buxton hit a home run into the fog. Orioles are sneaky scary. Yeah. I mean, the odds that Adley Rushman has another quote unquote down year slim. You got a really good pitching staff. You spent money. Think they'll be fine. What was I doing? I'm just gonna do that button. Save my ears some work. Play-by-play speed. Am I blind? Nope, it's all the way down there. Speed, we're going quick. Buxton. Oh, I can't see Rushman's arm. What do we think his arm is? 50? I have faith. Steal second for me, Byron. So help me if he gets picked off in game one. Easy. Not even a throw. Folks, we're winning the World Series. Luke Keeschel, our starting first baseman. Heard it here first. Into the fog. Well, the right fielder dove for it. He didn't hit it. What has happened with the fog? Oh boy, we're up 1-0. Can't be stopped. We're winning it all. Matt Wallner hit the ball into space. TBD on the space. They walked him from 0-2 to 4 straight balls. Trevor Larnach with the chopper. That'll score 1, and he's safe. Oh, Orioles. What's happening? Josh Bell. Admittedly, expecting Josh Bell there to keep the party going. Probably a mistake. And Royce Lewis hits it down the line. Thank you, sir. We are never going to have a first inning like this for the whole rest of the season. Let us all bask in how well this is going. Would it have gone better if Josh Bell wouldn't have grounded into a double play? Of course. And Gio Urshela strikes out looking fair play. Gunnar Henderson will be better than Rushman? Yeah, probably. But if we're talking catchers, how many catchers in MLB would you say are really all that great? Good Lord, Joe Ryan. Second pitch of the ball game. You're killing me. Uh-oh. Well, this just in, the Orioles lineup does in fact play. Dylan Beavers sends the ball into the mist. 3-2 ball game. We finally got an out. Celebration. The final score of this game will be 14-12. I look forward to it. Pete Alonso struck him out. What now? How many millions did that strikeout cost the Orioles? I ask you. Oh, and they have Taylor Ward. They really are just collecting the lads, aren't they? All right, Ryan Jeffers. I have so little faith in you. See? That's what you do. Tell me you have no faith in them, they'll do well. Clearly how this works. He could have had a triple if he had the speed, but instead a speed of 30. Well, this is just not going well for anybody. Brooks Lee's on board with an error. Byron Buxton is walked. Bases loaded. Luke Keeschel, come on. He hits it into center field. We have the best offense in the history of the major leagues. That is what I'm learning. Oh, they got Buxton at third. I don't know why he would try going for third there, but you know what? I respect it. Luke Keeschel with the steal. Easy money. Wallner K's, and so does Larnach. All right. I mean, we're on pace. We're on pace to score like 20 runs a game. We're looking good. All right. Any runs in scoring position? No, Sarah. Thank you. Josh Bell, redeem yourself. He did not. To be clear, he did not. Anything else? Royce Lewis is on second. The fact that he has 70 stealing with 35 speed is objectively hilarious. Urshela to the fence? I am a lineup wizard. This just, oh no, he's in paint. How bad do I know? Ooh, 6 weeks. So remember at the start of the stream when I said Luke Keeschel would be our first baseman because I want Gio Urshela to get reps at second? Yeah, that went up in smoke immediately. Season's over, game's gone. Oh no. Well, that's actually really annoying because my plan, as I said like 10 minutes in real time ago, was he would be my starter for 2 months. He'd do okay, and then I'll trade him for like a prospect. But now he's out for almost 2 months. Well, suddenly we're in need of a second baseman. Byron Buxton into the mist. Nope, caught. Well, moment of silence for Gio Urshela and his torn groin. Austin Martin. I do like this little cosmetic change where it shows you the positional rating of the players at their position. I wish it looked a little cleaner, but I like that that is there. Joe Ryan, I believe in you. See? Easy. Light work. Wonder what this I imagine this weather is supposed to represent like a mist or a haze of rain. Or it's just a really foggy day, which I suppose it could be. All right, Joe Ryan's doing okay through 4. Josh Bell has been walked. I think for a different game situation, I'd just pinch run for him, but I don't think I will. Royce Lewis flies out. He killed me. All right, Austin Martin. Yeah, so I imagine now at second base, I think either Austin Martin's going to be our everyday second baseman, or we may need to look around a bit. There we go. Ryan Jeffers gets it down. Yeah, something tells me 30 speed having Josh Bell will not be trying to stretch it to home. And he doesn't need to. Brooks Lee, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Saying they got Brooks Lee at second there is an understatement. There was like 5 seconds that man was running. It just got him. All right. Joe Ryan is at 65 pitches. Let's see if he can get through the fifth. He does. Very good. What? He's at 79 now. Not the end of the world. Oh, I see. I can change the widgets. Interesting. All right. Anything for us in the sixth? Luke Keishel's on second. Matt Wallner's up. Let's party. Nah, he doesn't beat it out. Sadness, despair. All right. Joe Ryan's at 79 pitches. Let's get Connor Prelip. Let's put the prospect out there if there's trouble. Got Cowser. I think ideally, if Ryan can get Beavers and Henderson, that way I don't have to have him face Pete Alonso for a third time. Oh boy. Well, nope, caught the wall. We're fine. Man, this fog. The camera flip there, I thought that was gone, but it was a double. All right, Gunnar Henderson, what do you got? Okay. Why you got to steal third on my poor catcher? Why you got to do that to me? Henderson hits it up. That's deep, and that is gone. 394 feet. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, we're going to bring in Connor Prelip to face Pete Alonso. Welcome to MLB, kid. Here's Pete Alonso. Oh, no. Nope, that's fine. All right. Well, good news is it wasn't a home run. Bad news is it was a double. The Orioles are moving. Taylor Ward. Swing and a miss. Very good. What strategy do I use? What a question. Tyler O'Neill just hit that thing in the grass. We're doomed. What strategy do I use? In general? I don't know. Regarding what is the question? All right. I am going to pinch hit for Josh Bell. Here's a question. Am I missing the easy way to find the substitutions? Vibes, genuinely. Am I missing the quick way to get to substitutions? Am I just blind? I do kind of want to hide the score widget there at the bottom. Or is just the quick way bullpen substitutions? All right, we're pinch hitting for Josh Bell. Cody Clemens, get the bat. I believe in you. What strategy do I use? I don't know. Kind of depends on what. In the current situation, I am more in the camp of like in that Joe Ryan example, I'm more in the camp of let my starter go long to try to get one or two more outs, then give him a quick hook. I have no research or philosophy to back that up. That's just how I roll. We're gonna get current free agent signing Ryan Burr ready to roll. And then I'm the exact opposite for relievers. I will have the quickest hook for a reliever anyone has ever seen. Connor Prelip is currently getting destroyed by the Orioles right now. Look away. Mountcastle just hit the ball into space, and that is gone. And the game is tied. Remember before the game, I said my offense would have to score like 7 runs to get past the bullpen implosion? We have now reached that point. Mound visit to get Burr ready. And he gets Dylan Beavers, who's currently 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Must be nice. All right, he got him. Very good. "22-minute rain delay." What else could the strategy question be referring to? Lineup construct. Oh, brother, that's getting down. Lineup construction. I am in the camp of number 1 should be a speedster, 2 should be one of your best contact guys, 3, 4, 5 are your best hitters, your power guys. 6, 7, do whatever you want. 90% of catchers I'm batting 8th, and then 9th should be either your worst hitter or if you have another speedster and you're okay with them batting 9th, put them there because then you can have your speedster batting 9th, another speedster batting 1st. Help you out there. All right. Good news is we survived the rest of that. Bad news is it's now a tied game. Dean Kremer, hello, my friend. Nothing there from Jeffers. I now cannot sub out Brooks Lee because Austin Martin has been thrust into service at second. And Buxton grounds out. All right. All right. We're going to get Cole Sands warming up. Burr is going to face Rushman, and that is going to be it, regardless of what happens. He hits it into right. That's going to be a double. Ay, ay, ay. My score prediction is on pace for 14. You're right. And, that is a tragedy. Oh, interesting. Usually, when the bullpen player is warming and you hit visit mound, it upgrades it to ready, but it stayed warming. Wonder if they changed how that works. They're pinch hitting against me. Hey, Cole, how are you against lefties? He's worse. I'm not worried. Easy pop up. We're okay. We are okay. Kobe Mayo, what do you got for me? Soft grounder to Royce Lewis. Easy. Blaze Alexander, full count. That should be caught, and it is. Okay. So, how many pitches was that? 16 for Sands. Yeah, he's done. All right. Taylor Rogers is going to get the ninth no matter what. Luke Keeschel. Oh, Ryan Helsley. Please be the Mets version of Ryan Helsley. Oh, no, another error. Oh, no. That's two. That is indeed two. All right. 2-run shot. Clearly. Nope. Wallner strikes out on 3 pitches. Fair enough. Hey, the mist is suddenly gone in an instant. Who knew there are buildings back there? Can we talk about like the texture and the graphics of those buildings for a moment? Can we just segue? Like that looks like a 2D print, and now I can't unsee it. I'm gonna have Luke Keeschel steal on Rushman again. All right, fine, I won't. Cody Clemens hits it deep center field. God. Very good. 406 feet, Cody Clemens. That'll do. 9-7. Royce Lewis pops up to end the inning. All right. 2-run save situation for our closer, Taylor Rogers. He gets Taveras, Beavers, and Henderson. Please don't let anyone on base. I do not want to see Pete Alonso. He gets Taveras. Very good. Beavers. Pops it up into space. The International Space Station caught that. All right. Gunnar Henderson, last out. And he gets on board, and Pete Alonso is up. A home run ties it. 1-2 count. Struck out looking. Didn't even swing. We get the win. 9-7. Goodness gracious. That was terrifying. Yeah, Joe Ryan got hit a bit. Maybe I left him in too long at the end, but Prelip got destroyed. He's the one I'm more worried about. But good work from the rest of the guys. Lineup did really good. Luke Keeschel, obviously, 3 for 3. Cody Clemens had that home run. I'm a happy man. But now we have a problem. And that problem is called Gio Urshela just tore his groin and is out for 6 weeks. So yeah, 10-day IL. It's not long enough for 60. So second base. What's Cody Clemens rating at second? 45. I could just have him be our second baseman and hope he does well. I don't hate the idea of giving Austin Martin the job where he can just be our second baseman for 2 months and we'll get a really good idea of how his bat plays. I don't have really any option in AAA that can save me. I did just sign Levon Soto, but if I compare him to Austin Martin, on balance, Austin is better. If I compare him to Cody Clemens, They're just completely two different type of batters. I want Jake Rucker in AAA. I think here's what we're gonna do. Let's call up Soto to be our new backup utility infielder. And I'm going to give Austin Martin the job at second. I might regret it. And what that also means is Brooks Lee is going to have to play against lefties, which I didn't love that idea, but I think we just have to do it. And then Soto can definitely play second. Going to be decent at short. Yeah, I think him as a utility infielder is fine. It just sucks that we lose Gio Urshela because, I really wanted him to do well so we could trade him. Not good. Anyone else want to get injured in the day off? Maybe Vic Caratini just tripped, fall, broke his ankle. Nope, we're good. Cool. When do we get Festa back? 2 days. All right. Game 2 against Baltimore. Let's party. We got Bailey Ober on the mound. They got Shane Baz. How much are they paying Shane Baz? 3.5? It's not much. All right. Here we go. Byron Buxton. That'll do. Line drive to left. Get him in. Luke Keeschel gets it down. It is the world's smallest sample size, obviously, n equals 2, but our lineup is looking pretty good, especially at the top. Also of note, Adley Rushman is not in this game. They got Basalo catching. Interesting. I mean, listen, if you don't want to play Rushman, I'll take him off your hands. Thank you, Trevor Larnach, for the RBI single there. Josh Bell. If he beats the... No. For a millisecond, I thought he would beat it out. But no dice. And Royce Lewis grounds out to end the inning. But hey, we get 2 runs to open. Bailey Ober, I believe you. Gunnar Henderson is aboard. And Pete Alonso gets it down. All right. That is just not where the ball... Once again, launch day was yesterday. That thing looked like it landed shallow. Camera cut. It's in the warning track at the corner, and then he picks it up just from air. Oh, boy. All right. Taylor Ward goes down. So they add 1. Austin Martin, our new second baseman, has been hit. Don't be hurt. Thank God. Can you imagine? If another infielder gets hit, I may have to make a trade, which is less than ideal. Jeffers and Martin are aboard. Brooks Lee gets it down. Very good. Look at us. Look at us. No. Ground out. It does move them over. Only 1 out. I don't hate that. Luke Keeschel striking out. I hate a little bit more. Matt Wallner gets it down. Our offense is looking crisp. Very good. 5-1 ball game. I think the takeaway from this series is either going to be our offense is really, really good or the Orioles pitching staff is really, really bad. Oh, 2-run shot from Mountcastle. Or excuse me, solo shot. Nothing for us in the third. The Orioles have Pete Alonso and Gunnar Henderson at the corners. I'm not worried. Oh, caught at the warning track. We're okay. We are okay. Brooksley and Byron Buxton are aboard. And Keishel flies out, killing me. Wallner hits it deep to right and gone. We're up 5-2. Very good, very good. Orioles go to the bullpen. Josh Bell has hit a lot of soft grounders that he just can't outrun. I'm sure it's nothing. Oh, Colt, really? You allowed a solo shot by Kobe Mayo? Whoa, he is rated highly. To be fair, I have low scouting accuracy. Man, that's kind of crazy. If I didn't have like third base pretty much locked down in our organization, I might waltz over to the Orioles and be like, hey, what do you want for Kobe Mayo? And because the AI is the AI, their counter would be, could we have Byron Buxton, please? Austin Martin gets aboard. Very good. Hey, he ended up with a World Series ring in my Rockies save. That animation was not the best, but Jeffers goes down, and as does Brooksley. All right. To the bottom of fifth we go. Bailey Ober's on 70 pitches, and he allows a solo shot to Tyler O'Neill and a triple to Gunnar Henderson. Oh, boy. And Peter Lonzo scores Gunnar. I think my previous comment of our offense needing to score like 6, 7, 8 runs a game to win might have been lowballing it. But you never know. All right. Kobe Mayo's going to be the last batter Ober faces. Gets him to pop up. Very good. I mean, he's still in the green. Let's see if he can get Basalo. Very good. Popped up. Light work. Okay. Could have been worse. 8-5 now. Byron Buxton, leadoff double. Luke Keishel hits it to the warning track. People, we are the greatest offensive team. Oversold. You listen. I'm so jealous of their ability to go Tyler O'Neill, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Taylor Ward. And that's with Rushman on the bench. Ay, ay, ay. They walked Wallner. Keegan Aiken, my old friend. Ah. First of all, shout out to Larnach hitting a home run. Second of all, when he hit that, it looked like it was going to be a shallow pop up. The ball barely went up. And then next thing I know, it's in the stands. We're up 12-5. Oh, what is happening in this game? All right. We are going to sub in Cody Clemens once again for Josh Bell so that he can get probably 2 at bats. I think that's my plan for DH, at least as so long as Josh Bell is on the roster. Like, we're essentially just going to platoon, sub him out probably once a game. Royce Lewis is out here just grounding into double plays. I won't talk about. This offense is crazy. See, I'm very worried that we're just discovering that the Orioles pitching staff is not as good as we think they are. That could be the outcome, unfortunately. Let's pinch hit here. Get Caratini in the ball game. And he swings on a 3-1 and just sends it into right field. We are unstoppable. Very good. I want Brooks Lee and like Austin Martin to stay in the game. They need ABs. Oh, he beat out the throw. Pete Alonso, what happened? Um, I'll let Buxton hit. Mistakes were made. All right. So Vic Caratini can take center. Let's get James Outman in for Trevor Larnach in left. And then Funderburk was tiring, and I no longer need the long reliever just because we're up by so much. So we're going to get Chafin in, and then I'm going to let Ober keep pitching. Martinis for Caratini. I'll at least let him see if he can get Vasquez. Yep. All right. That'll do. Man, the hit batter button is directly where the visit mound button used to be. I am going to click that by accident once just on muscle memory. Please don't walk Colton Cowser. There we go. Chafin strikes him out. Anything for us in the seventh? Oh, we've gotten more. Matt Wallner with a homer. Well done, sir. 14-5. James Outman is getting hits. Oh, I do not know what's happening in this game. Yeah, I'll let Royce Lewis hit. I think Royce Lewis, Austin Martin, Brooks Lee, Luke Keeschel. I don't know how often I'm going to be subbing them out because they need ABs. Whereas, like Josh Bell obviously doesn't. Jeffers and Caratini are very similar profiles. Austin Martin, can he go for 4? Nope, he cannot. But we scored another run. We're up 16-5. I would like to score 20, please. Oh, Caratini lined out. All right. Chafin, can you get me the 7th? Oh, boy. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Kobe Mayo's up. Sure, it's fine. Let's get Julian Merriweather going. Visit the mound to get him to warming, and then I'll just put him in to get Mayo. That clearly looked like foul, but I'm not going to question it. Mayo gets it through. Well, the Orioles are itching closer to being within 10. Or, no, excuse me, they are within 10. I can do math. All right, Basalo strikes out. Okay. Anything for us in the 8th? We're Luke Keeschel with the home run. We're up 18-6. Oh, boy. Merriweather, get me the 8th. Uh-oh. Getting fatigued. I don't care. And he walked him. All right. We'll get Sands warming up. Bring him in to face Tavares. I'm not worried. Nothing for us in the 9th. Sands shuts it down. We won 18-6 and got like a billion achievements in the process. Yeah, we've got 6 achievements. Bat around in an inning, 5 RBIs in a game for one player, 2 home runs in a game, 4 hits in a game, 6 hits in an inning, 15 runs in a game. That'll do. Oh, boy. Well, I think we have an offense. I think I can say that pretty handedly. 4 guys had 3 hits. Brooks Lee had 4. Wallner had a point of homer, pair of homers. Larnach had a homer. Keeschel had a homer. We look pretty good. man. All right. Surely game 3 will go just as well. Surely. Whoops. Clicked Baltimore back. Yeah, so Caratini is going to DH in this game. I'll have him bat 5th. Actually, I lied. I'm going to move Royce Lewis up. He'll bat 5th. Caratini bat 6th. That does mean I don't have a catcher sub, which is why I don't love having Caratini DH. But like I said before, we need to rotate our DH a decent amount. Dietrich ends. He played for the Tigers. Yeah, he was terrible. Why is he a starter for the Orioles? I'm not going to question it. Buxton, get us started. Now, because I insulted him, he's going to pitch like 6 shutout against us. Just eviscerate us. Never mind, Buxton's aboard. What if we just average like 12 runs a game? Have we considered that? Also, for those keeping track of home, Adley Rushman has only played in or started one of the first 3 for the Orioles. So seems like the AI favors Basallo over Rushman. That triple? That is indeed triple for Luke Keeschel. I like it. They walked him. I don't know why or how Dietrich Enns is starting for the Orioles. If there's any like Orioles fans or anyone familiar in the chat for why he is one of their starters, let me know. I say as he doubles off our boys on the liner. All right, Simeon Woods Richardson. I'm going to be honest. My expectation for you is below the floor. And he allowed a solo shot from Taylor Ward. That might be why. I think the other part of the reason I want Carantini to get semi-regular DH at bats is because he wants to be in the starting lineup. Obviously, he's not, but I still want to give him some ABs so that he's not entirely upset at me every day, which would not be good. Nothing for the Orioles in the second or the third. Uh-oh. Gunnar Henderson, Tyler O'Neill are aboard. It's fine. It's not fine. Basallo gets it down. All right. Bases are loaded for Kobe Mayo. And he walked him. Oh, boy. All right. Let's get Connor Prelip warming up. Varys gets it down. That's the other thing about the way this outfield is configured. Matt Wallner has a cannon of an arm, but he does not have good range. Buxton obviously is great at center field. Trevor Larnach is objectively a bad defensive left fielder. So we don't have a great. What a move by Luke Keeschel. What a move. He's my first baseman, folks. Yeah, we don't have a great defensive configuration. Colton Cowser, are you better or worse rating wise against lefties or righties? You are worse against lefties. So we are going to the bullpen. Connor Prelip is coming in to face Colton Cowser. And he walked him. Easiest RBI of Cowser's career. Ward grounds out. All right. Well, Orioles have a 4-1 lead. Nothing for us in the 5th. Oh, boy. Again, small sample size, but Connor is getting destroyed out of the bullpen. Let's see if he can get Kobe Mayo. Nope. Oh, boy. And that's a problem. If Connor Prelip can't get me multiple innings, we're really in trouble in a bullpen because he is our only reliever with a stamina above a 35. He is the only one. Tavares gets it down. That'll score another. I don't think we're getting the sweep, folks. I do not think we are. It's now 8-1 for the Orioles. I accidentally hit the wrong button there, but it's fine. Oh boy. Yeah, we may need some serious bullpen help. Though to be fair, one of our better relievers is coming off the IL tomorrow. So we'll see. I don't really want Funderburk to face Tyler O'Neill, so we'll bring Ryan Burr in. Hopefully get a double play so we can get out of this. Strikeout also works. No complaints there. And Basallo grounds out. All right. Good job there from Barr, who we signed to a free agent contract 1 day before opening day. Nothing for us in the 7th. Ryan Burr is already at 25 pitches. Let's see if we can get Vasquez. Nope. Yeah. I think we're going to have to get really creative with our bullpen. Justin Topa gets Kowser swinging. And it gets word to ground out. All right. Well, we'll make a sub here. There must be a quicker way to get to subs than what I am trying to do. But I honestly don't think there is. I would like the spray chart if it didn't have this very annoying, like, clear glow. All right, we're going to give Josh Bell the bat. As he is on the short list of our guys that I would trust just to get a solo shot on any given at bat. Zach Eflin out of the bullpen. Austin Martin gets aboard. All right, we have life. It's not a lot of it, but we have something. Jeffers swing and a miss. And Brooks Lee gets aboard. Brooks Lee's batting average is about 500 right now. I think I'll go out on a limb and say that's not sustainable, but imagine. Yeah, Buxton flew out. All right. We threaten. We do not score. Hopefully Justin can get me the 8th. Good man. Nothing doing. Yeah, we dropped game 3. I think everything our offense did well the first 2 games just collapsed in game 3. We only walked once. Didn't strike out a ton. I mean, Wallner was responsible for 3 of our 8 Ks. So, not too worried about that. Connor Prelip, his ERA is currently a 32. Not great. But hey, 2 for 1 against the Orioles. I think I'll take that. All right, David Festa is back. So now I need to decide who he replaces. I think the easiest solution is someone like Julian Merriweather, who has 2 good, really, really good pitches, but not much else going for him. Whereas Festa, I think, is just much more well-rounded. And he would help out as a long reliever. All right, I need this space first. And then that would mean I could just move Thunderbird down. I'm going to like mispronounce his name and just call him Thunderbird half the time. It's going to be great. Here's a question, just hypothetically. Anyone want Chafin? I accidentally left veterans clicked. We'll ignore that. Didn't matter anyway. I think I'd rather give Chafin a longer leash than Merriweather. Yeah. Yep. So I think we're going to send. Is that option years? I mean, that's fine. We're going to waive in DPA Merriweather and get David Festa in here. He immediately is one of our better relievers in terms of stuff and control. And then Funderburk's going to go to middle relief. Whoops. Now I have two relievers that can hypothetically go long in games. Who knew? All right. Now the Kansas City Royals back in. I think we're going with our same starting lineup. I'm going to make one change, though. Cody Clemens is going to take third base and bat sixth in place of Royce Lewis. Taj Bradley for us. Noah Cameron. How good's Noah Cameron in this game? Wow. They do not like his stuff at all. That's a little surprising. He did great for them last season. All right. Caratini is in to catch. Cody Clemens at third. Buxton and Luke Keeschel are aboard. Let's go. Matt Wallner to the moon or right at the second baseman for a double play. Do I want to flip Larnick and Wallner? I might. We'll see. Taj Bradley, clean first inning. I'm not even worried. See, we're fine. Josh Bell walks. He's one of our few guys to go hitless in the Orioles series. Oh, don't be injured. Don't be injured. Don't be injured. Oh, we're okay. I've already lost one second baseman. I can't lose another. Very good. All right, Brooks Lee, you're my only hope. And he walked him. Bases loaded. Byron Buxton hits it to the shortstop. Easy relay. There goes that. Salvador Perez. How old is he? 36? 35. He's about to be 36. Oh, he did great for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic. Oh, Jesse Winkler. Or Winker, excuse me. I always forget there's no L. Well, Jesse Winker just hit an inside the park home run on us. I don't quite know how to feel about that. What is his speed? A man with 40 speed just hit an inside the park home run on us. I think that's grounds just for dissolving the entire franchise. Ben Rice hit one against you? Uh-oh. Is this a case where in the back end, the inside the park home run slider is higher than it should be? I might genuinely look at that in the settings because you can adjust how often certain things happen, though I doubt inside the park home runs are on that list. But they could be. Josh Bell, Cody Clemens are aboard. Let's go. Austin Martin flies out to left. Fair play. I should have started my double play tracker. I think we're up to at least 4. Uh-oh. Am I on the dev team? No. But if you go into which setting screen is it? There's a specific setting screen where essentially you can tinker with things like that to adjust how often various things happen. Because you can do it with injuries, and I think you can also do it with rare events like an inside the park home run. I will look. It's in the settings somewhere. Listen, there's like 4 different settings pages. It's one of my, I think, least favorite aspects about this game is just how hard it is to find various things in the settings. It's there somewhere. All right, clean fifth from Taj. How many pitches is he at? 88. Yeah, he's done. Hey, David Festo, welcome back from the IL. You're going to pitch the sixth. The team creator stuff. Oh, brother. That's just non-flashbacks right there. I think it was out of the park 21, I think, or 23, because I skipped 22, where I tried to do a team creator on like a very, very, very old laptop. I think it crashed my laptop twice. But it was fun. Let the record show we got a hit. Thank you, Austin Martin. Caratini gets it down. All right. That might be a triple, but I don't think Caratini has the speed. Now, double for him, but it does score 1. We're on the board. 2-run game. Oh, Brooks Lee, swing and a miss. All right. David Festa is going to get the 6th. Bobby Witt is aboard. Caglianone flies out. Thank you, sir. Salvador Perez, don't break my heart. He did. He did indeed. That's definitely going to score Bobby Witt. Yeah. Even with an arm of 70, Bobby Witt still made it from second to home. It's kind of crazy. Swing and a miss on Winker, though. Festa's at 16 pitches. I'd like to have him start the 7th. Buxton and Keishel at the corners for Wallner. A smart man would bunt here, but I hate bunting. So instead, I'll have Matt Warner just hit the ball into the warning track. That'll play. Wallner with a RBI double. Keishel stopped at third. The correct decision, let's be frank. Larnick hits it deep to right and gone. 3-run shot. We take the lead 5-4. That'll do. Our offense really does look good. I think it's encouraging. However, as I said at the top, our offense is not the group I'm worried about. And the group I'm worried about is my bullpen because the starting rotation is full of guys that have not hit their potential yet. So this year will probably be the worst they ever are. My bullpen, though, is just bad. Like, there's no way around that. Caratini grounds out. We nearly batted around. All right. Cole Sands is going to warm up in case there's trouble. No trouble at all. And Brooks Lee with a leadoff double. Swing and a miss from Buxton. Keishel grounded out, but you know what? At least he hit the baseball. I am going to. Nah, I'm not going to pitch it. Struck out. I thought about pinch hitting there for Outman or with Outman, but we'll see. All right, Cole Sands is going to get the 8th, and it's the heart of the order. Pasquatch, Bobby Witt, Caglianone. I'm not worried. Oh, we worked it clean. Thank you, Cole Sands. I'll get Taylor Rogers ready. And then if we score enough runs to where it's not a save situation, Cole Sands can just get the 9th. But something tells me we'll be unable to score 3 runs. Larnett K's. We're going to pinch hit for Josh Bell here. Let's have Royce Lewis pick up the bat. And fly out to left. Josh Bell probably hates me. I have pinch hit for him every game so far. Cody Clemens walks. All right. Yeah, Martin struck out. All right. So Taylor Rogers is going to come in for the save. Perez, Winker, Ispel. Soft grounder to short. Brooks Lee, easy money. Jorge Alfaro. That's a name I haven't heard. You know what? Credit to him for beating out, getting an infield single with a speed of 40. I did not expect to see Jorge Alfaro on the Kansas City Royals. I really thought he was going to be like the next big catcher. When he was on the Phillies, then he went to the Marlins, I thought he was going to be great. And then, as you can see, he has not been. All right, Tommy Pham flies out to center. So they're down to their last out. Nick Lofton is the pinch hitter. Never mind, they picked off Alfaro. Oh, what an anticlimactic way to win a ball game! But we win 5-4. Some seventh inning heroics from Austin Martin, Luke Keschel, Trevor Larnach. Very happy with that. I think our bullpen, we're starting to settle in. It's looking like Cole Sands is going to be pretty good, which is nice. Good to get the win there. All right. Anthony Bonda cleared waivers. I'm just going to stash him in AAA. See if anybody wants him. All right. Before I forget, let me look to see if the inside the park home run thing is something I can adjust. Stats and AI. No, doesn't look like it. No, you can adjust home runs itself, but you cannot adjust specifically inside the park home runs. All right. Good to check, though. All right, we got the win, and we have another day off. Why do we have so many days off? We've had two. Oh, I do not like the screen. That is too big. I need to have a way to make that smaller. We've had 2 days off in the first 4 games. That's terrible. All right, fresh scouting report on Ryan Burr. Looks like he's not as good as we thought in terms of overall potential, but none of his pitching ratings have changed, which I'm fine with. He's just your above average with one great pitch. Think that'll see me through the day quite a bit. Let me advance one more time through. All right. I think this will be the last game of the stream. I think I'll call it here. Or no, we have 2 games left. Never mind. I'm playing them both. Duh. All right. Zebby Matthews on the mound for us. Seth Lugo for them. Thank you. I'll have Cody Clemens DH. He'll bat 6th. I'm going to give Larnach a day off. Just essentially move. We're going to move Lewis up, Clemens up, and then James Outman can grab a bat and bat 6th. All right. Let's rock. Game 2 against the Royals. Solo shot from Matt Wallner. That'll play. Uh-oh. Trouble. Trouble for us. Never mind, we're okay. Thank you, Zebby. Solo shot from Cody Clemens. I should just hit the until runs in scoring position button more often. Oh, no, I shouldn't. A bulk? Zebby. What are you doing? Well, Royals are on the board via a walk. And Nick Lofton with the. Oh, brother. Luke Keeschel with an error. And that is a downside, of me making the executive decision for Luke Keeschel to be our starting first baseman. He's never done it before, and so he's going to have a not insignificant amount of errors. Hopefully, it shouldn't come back to bite us that much. That was the easiest steal of Lofton's life. Starling Marte running around for the Royals. 37 years young, goes down swinging. Nothing in the third for us. Royals get a run. Pasquatch with the solo shot. Not looking great for Zebby so far. Lemons grounds out. Outman K's. As does Brooks Lee. All right, Zebby, I believe in you. There we go. Clean fourth. Nothing in the fifth either. Nothing in the fifth for the Royals. Zebby's only on 70 pitches. I'm gonna bring him back out there. First, though, Luke Keeschel gets through, and I assume an infield signal. Yeah, cool. Wallner pops up. What is Salvi's arm? 65. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to run on him. I'm good. Royce Lewis gets it down. Move him around. Cody Clemens hits it up, but it does not. Huh? I thought that was going to be the easiest fly out ever. Jesse Winker's just going to sit under it, but it just dropped. All right, bases loaded. Yeah, sorry, James. We're going to pinch hit here. Larnach will get the bat. Swing and a miss. Struck out. Brooks Lee hits it up to center field and caught. Bases loaded, one out. We cannot score. Larnach is going to go to left. Man, that's disappointing. All right, we'll get Connor Prelip warming up in case there's any trouble. Trouble has arrived. Jesse, are you better or worse against lefties? You are so much worse against lefties. Let's get Connor in here to face Jesse Winker. Pop up to right. Easy. All right. Okay start from Zebby Matthews. He got hit a little bit, but nothing too bad. Nothing for us in the seventh. Connor allows Isbell to get on second, and Mikael Garcia gets him home. We have a not. Oh, never mind. He held up at third. The double play ball gets me out of the inning. Don't think we're going to get a double play here. Marte gets it down. That feels like a new animation of the ball going in the air there. Because that looked like it was going to be a pretty easy fly out. But it dropped. I don't know. Pasquatch flies out. I'll let him face Bobby Witt. Gets him. Okay. Yeah, if Connor Prelip struggles at relief, we might be in some serious trouble. There we go. Royce Lewis with a home run. That'll play. Andrew Chafin's going to come on for the 8th. Clean inning from him. All right. If we tied up or take the lead, Taylor Rogers is going to get the 9th. First up, Ryan Jeffers. Pops it. Easy out. Oh, Lordy, the fog is back. I thought it left us in Baltimore. We're going to pinch hit here. Josh Bell is going to get the bat. Hits it down the first base line and can't beat it out. All right, down to our final out, Byron Buxton. Hits it up to center. It is down. Buxton is aboard. I am not running on Salvador Perez, so it's all up to Luke Keeschel. Hits it to short. Gets Buxton. All right, we lose 3-4. Not great. I think Clemens, 3 hits. Had the home run. Royce Lewis Wallner had homers. The bottom of my lineup, though, 1 hit from 6 guys. Not good. Hashtag analysis. Sebby Matthews got hit a bit. Not the end of the world. All right, last game I'll do. We'll finish off this Royals series with the rubber match. Carantini. I think instead of having Carantini DH, I'm going to give Josh Bell DH back. And then, why does it only show me 2 games here? He's been in like 5. Oh, that's weird. I may have to tinker in the settings off stream to see if there's something off with my screen settings for why that's happening, but I don't know. All right. Cole Ragans on the mound for us, or for the Royals. And he allows a solo shot to Byron Buxton. That'll play. Clean first and second. Brooks Lee with a 2-run shot. Look at us. Let's see what Larnach can do. The softest of grounders to first. Fair enough there. Josh Bell. For anyone wondering, his average is sub 100 right now. And that's I think someone asked in the comments earlier, Hunky asked what my strategy is. I'll give you a definitive strategy I have. For designated hitters, I hate having a DH that can only DH, because if they struggle hitting the baseball, you have no avenue to play them. And so they just fill up a roster hole. For example, in my Colorado Rockies rebuild I did, obviously, Chris Bryant was my DH for the first year and a half. And when he struggled that second year, I couldn't play him. So I had to trade him, and I threw in Rene Aguilar, who became one of the best hitters in Yankees history, which was very annoying. Ryan Jeffers solo shot. We're doing great. Uh-oh. So the Royals, though. Michael Massey walked. So I don't like having a DH that can't field, which is why I'm a little worried with the whole Josh Bell situation, because his average is currently an 0.83. And Garcia hits it all the way to the wall. That probably clears the bases, especially because Buxton decided he just didn't want to field that. Man. Triple for Garcia. That's going to be it for Joe Ryan. It was a really good start up until that point. David Festa will come in to face Starling Marte. Man, that's annoying. All right, he gets Marte, but the runner scores, so Joe Ryan's ERA looks even worse. But yeah, usually I like my DH to be my worst fielding outfielder. So, for example, if we ever move off of Josh Bell for whatever reason, then Trevor Larnach would be my DH as the roster is currently constructed. There we go. We're up 5-4. Royce Lewis is on second. Austin Martin gets it down. Should score Royce Lewis. Stayed at third. He went on contact. I'm not going to question it. To be fair, his speed is only a 35, but still. Swing and a miss from Jeffers. All right, Festa, I believe in you. And a solo shot from Bobby Witt Jr. The game is tied. All right, Buxton is aboard. Matt Wallner, softest grounder any of us have ever seen to second. Down he goes. All right, let's get Ryan Burr warming up, but ideally Festa can get me Isbell and Massey. Then I can bring in a new reliever when the lineup flips. Isbell gets aboard off the infield single. Massey is attempting to bunt. I mean, you can go ahead. I'll take the out. Or he'll just strike out. Fair enough. All right, that's it for Festa. We'll bring in Ryan Burr to face Garcia. Swing and a miss. Very good. Starring Marte. Lines out to second. Cool. Good work there from Burr. See if we can get something going in the eighth. No dice. We're going to pinch hit for Josh Bell. Cody Clemens can take the bat. Wing and a miss. Royce Lewis gets it down, though. Go-ahead run is on base. I am going to pinch hit here, and Levon Soto is going to make his Twins debut here in the eighth. And he promptly grounds out to third. He'll fit right in. All right, Soto can take second. And then if Burr can just give me the eighth, I'll be happy. But in case there's trouble, let's get Cole Sands warming. Trouble has arrived. Both Pasquatch and Bobby Witt are aboard. This could get ugly. Everybody look away. Jack struck out. That's huge. Salvador Perez. Hits it back to center field. That will score the go-ahead run. Man. All right, Royals take a lead 6-5. Winker hits it deep to right. That's caught, but it will score Bobby Witt. Royals are up by 2. Isbell lines out to end that. All right. Well, we're down by 2. Ryan Jeffers, save me. He hits it up to left field, but that does not have the distance. Down he goes. Brooks Lee, swing and a miss. And Byron Buxton hits it up to left. That's going to be caught. We lose the rubber match 7-5. Yeah, I mean, you score 5 runs, you probably expect to win the ball game. But unfortunately, Joe Ryan just got popped in the 5th. We never really recovered. Bullpen got hit a little bit. Yeah. I mean, let's be frank. Pasquatch, Bobby Witt, Jack, Salvi Perez. I don't know how many 3 through 6 hitters are better, but that's a pretty good set right there. So take what you can get there. We take the loss. And that is that. Well, we're 3-3, which, man, I really got to find a way to get this thing out of the way. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, if you had told me that we win the Orioles series, I think I'm a happy man. Looking at us numbers wise, and again, it's a very small sample, we are dead last in the American League in starter ERA. We are first and second in every offensive category. That'll do. That'll do nicely. I think the injury to Gio Urshela obviously sucks because that's our starting second baseman done for 2 months. We'll see, if Austin Martin can, hit well and hold down the job, then we probably trade Gio Urshela when he comes back from injury. Hopefully he can just hold that down. I'll try to look into some stuff off stream, mainly about like how stuff is formatted, because like I can only see 2 recent games right here. And who's an example? And like the draft pick thing where the text kind of cuts off and it says that Connor Prelip was drafted in round 0, which would be very impressive. So, yeah. I think overall 3-3, pretty okay. I mean, our goal is just to be around 500 for as long as humanly possible. So I'll take that and like it. Early signs, it looks like our offense is going to be really, really good. And it looks like our pitching is going to have some pains. So we'll have to work through that. But thank you all, especially those in the chat here on Twitch that were talking for a little bit. Really appreciate that. It helps makes the stream seem a little more, lively. But that is it for me. I will have next episode probably just be tomorrow. I'll try to go live in the morning, get that out, and we'll be good to go on that front. But pretty good first episode. Got the team, I think, to a place we like. Now it's all about seeing how we can do in year 1. All good, Drew. MS Paint is very good. So thank you all for watching. Make sure if you want to know when I go live to follow on Twitch. That way you'll get that lovely, never annoying notification from Twitch. Like, hey, so-and-so is live. Like, thank you, we know. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time, which in this particular case is tomorrow morning. See you then.